Alright, so we're back with another full body strength and power session from the latest phase of my own personal 3-day program. Let's do it. Our first tricep consisted of a hinge movement, which was our trap bar deadlift, a plyometric, which was our triple broad jump, and a horizontal push-in pattern, which was our barbell bench press. Let's talk about how we warmed up towards our top sets. For bench press, we started off with 2 sets of a maximum effort overcoming isometric press into the rack for a big post-activation potentiation effect through an increased neural drive. Following this, we were straight into a progressive warm-up across both bench press and trap bar deadlift, doing anywhere from 1 to 5 reps per set and adding some load on each as we work towards our working set weights. Our total warm-up reps across all sets amount to no more than 10 to 15 reps. The warm-up for triple broad jump is pretty simple, just hitting some single reps of broad jump to prepare. For our top sets this week, we were hitting some heavy triples on bench press, keeping 1 to 2 reps in reserve, and then heavy 6s on trap bar deadlift, along with a max effort triple broad jump, covering 8 to 9 meters per rep. Our next tricep consisted of some sub-maximal tempo work for our front squats, paired with a loaded reactive squat jump and a barbell push press. Similar idea with the warm-up as before, we progressively increased our load and intensity towards our top set weights. We did regular front squats in the warm-up, as the 3-second eccentric reps I'm doing can be very fatiguing, along with some unloaded bodyweight reactive squat jumps just to prime the movement. The push press is a progression from my last program where I was working on strict overhead press, and for my top sets this week I was doing 3 sets of 3 at 70% on my 3-second eccentric front squat. This was paired with 5 reactive loaded squat jumps and then 6 heavy push presses. Onto a superset now of dumbbell pullover and straight leg Copenhagen plank. I'm working on pullovers and a few other isolated shoulder adduction and extension movements following a recent teres major grade 2 strain, so I'm taking my time weekly building these up. The straight leg Copenhagen planks are absolute torture. I moved on to these recently after 60-second sets with a bent leg became relatively easy. The next superset was unilateral horizontal pulling and some shoulder isolation work, hitting a kneeling one arm dumbbell row with a larger range of motion and some upper body rotation, along with a leaning one arm dumbbell lateral raise, which lines up the middle delt more optimally for the work it's doing. The difference can be felt instantly compared to regular standing lateral raises, and I highly recommend training in this position. I hit a superset on the seated hip adduction abduction machine next, as I missed it on a previous day of my program. This machine is absolute gold in my opinion, as it allows me to develop both strength and mobility in the grind, as I aim to have the machine set to maximum weight in the starting position, and this puts me into a deep stretch and strengthens me in that end range. Pairing it with hip abduction is super easy, and it's a nice muscle agonist and antagonist matchup. Good bang for your buck, stable and easy to load up safely. Next up was a straight set, working on a 2 up 1 down variation of the hip thrust machine. With this method you do the concentric contraction with both legs before taking one leg away for a slow control and slightly overloaded eccentric contraction. I like these for getting in some unilateral work along with the potential connective tissue benefits. The final superset was for grip and core. For grip we went with a plate pinch spin for time. I'm after building up to sets of 60 seconds with a 20 kilo plate over the last few weeks, so it's time to move on to a 25 kilo plate next week. It's a serious mental battle for these in the last few seconds, but I love them. For core we worked on our dragon flag movement, which is a more advanced bodyweight exercise, and obviously it's a cool party trick. I hope you enjoyed this full workout breakdown. Please like and follow for more, and don't be afraid to reach out to me if you have any questions on anything I'm doing in the session. See you next time.